So we're back the next weekend, and we're gonna be working on the bike again and trying to button up some things and getting it to where we want it to be. All right. So last episode when we were doing the bike, we did the wiring harness, and now we're kind of realizing we need to tidy that up a little bit. So Evan's gonna go through and start mocking up where everything needs to be again, and we're gonna cut and move a few sections, but it's really not going to be it's not really gonna be that hard. It's gonna be pretty simple. Other than that, I ordered a pandemonium side exit chopper exhaust for this bike.
Yo, what you got there, man?
I got two Supertrapp exhausts. These are actually two mufflers, not exhausts. Supertrapp.
Whoa.
Yeah, we went with the brushed stainless finish rather than polished. It looks better in my opinion. Fits this bike, kind of thrown together type vibe of this bike. So
none of this bike is polished.
So in Seattle, I called the guys at Seattle Muffler, got a bend. It's too bad though, because I wasn't really specific on what I wanted, and the bend is a little bit kinked. So as you can see, this is not going to be able to fit around the bend. It'll only be able to fit around the end like this and then clamp. So we're going to cut this bend out and do our own kind of pie cut variation.
Sort of janky pie cuts.
We only need it to be bent like 25 degrees, so it's not a big of a deal. Other than that, if you see right here, it is a chopper exhaust, so it is straight through. So we're gonna make a cut right here, back where it is straight, and we're gonna bring this out and send one Supertrapp going up this way, and one Supertrapp going out straight. And it's gonna look really cool. I do want to shout out my inspiration on this. There is a motorcycle architect named Colt Wrangler on Instagram and in many magazines. And he built a much nicer, much more modern kind of twist on the XS650. And he had a side exit exhaust with a bunch of nice aluminum, or I think they're actually titanium, bends in the sides, in the side exit. And it came out to two Supertrapps, which he was sponsored by. And I was like, oh my God, I love this. I actually ended up texting him. I was like, I love your bike. And I decided I want to make the jump and do this right, because much like the extended swing arm and the exhaust were like in the monoshock were like the three main things I wanted out of the bike. And I'm slowly achieving them, right? And I was going to run the stock exhaust for a while, and this is just going to look so much better, and I think it's worth the investment. And it's going to be cool to show on video. So stay tuned. We're going to show some cutting and how this is going to go. Pretty straight. Just got a little lip there that I'm going to take off real quick. And that should set us up pretty good for mocking up and welding the next part.
This is how cold it is here.
It's pee-pee time.
Box. We're therapizing this heat wrap.
Oh, I was right. It's like fiberglass.
Fiberglass like gets in your fingers and then it like itches,
nope.
and it won't ever come out unless you like
Shower.
Yeah, but
We don't do that.
who's got time for that?
Got the two cuts here. This one's about where we want it. I think I'm going to tack weld it and mark it up and test fit the pipe lower. So this one's not the final cut, but it's good. This one we're going to add a 25 degree, just right about, bend in it. And we're going to do that by cutting a slot in it and then just hitting it up and then doing a whole bead of weld around it on top. And obviously weld this side to what we just cut off of the exhaust, not this side. this one because it's nice and straight. And other than that, yeah, send the bend off, and then we should be able to test fit our pipes, and then mark where we need to make our final cuts, and then do a final fitting. And then after the final fitting, we're gonna do exhaust hanger, and then after that, we're gonna do the exhaust wrap right here, which is made of titanium and fiberglass.
It's like someone opened it or something.
Yeah. So don't touch. You always want to use gloves when you're working with stuff. It's really, really itchy. Did you just touch it? Yeah. And is your hand itching?
Yeah.
Using the straight side, cut a little janky cut here, but don't worry, this is not the final cut. We're just sticking this out way too far than what it actually needs to be, so we can slip the muffler on and mark where it needs to be, the final cut needs to be, and where we can make the final clamp. So right now I'm just going to tack it up and make sure it is level, and then we can tack it up another few times, and then we'll do the larger piece on top and mark out where we need to make that bend. Alright, so gonna have Supertrapp. Now that this is tacked up, we can tack it another time and get it where we want it, and slip this on, and then we'll be able to kind of mock this up. And this one's gonna be, see how this pipe's sitting in front a little bit? This one's gonna be a little bit up and cocked at an angle a little bit. So we're gonna make that happen right there, right in here. And so it's gonna sit kind of like so.
Looks sick.
Alright.
Tacked?
Yep.
Okay.
4.
Okay, so we need 6 inches, let's say.
Hey folks, we got the bottom Supertrapp on, and can you come here? Got it all measured up to where we were gonna cut it. Got this guy, we decided 6 inches, and we're gonna start the bend at 4 1/8, and we're gonna slowly notch it up so we can fit this guy right about here, right here. So it's gonna be shooting up the side. So we took that 6 inches and cut it where we needed to cut it. Now I don't have a bandsaw, so we made do with a cutoff wheel and made a little jank bend. Right there. See, there's a little bit of gap. I can fill that up with MIG weld. Not that big of a deal. From here, I think we're just gonna get this. We got it to where we want it to be. We're gonna tack this up, move it around, eyeball it straight, and then throw another tack on it, and maybe another two or three tacks on it, and then put the Supertrapp on it, move it around up and down, and tack it into place there, and should be cheese and rice. Should be nice. I love it. I do. It looks really nice. So I think we're gonna leave it off on that for the night. Is it rolling?
Yeah.
Rolling. All right. All right. So exhaust is off. We're back the next day, and I slept on it. We liked the design, and so I went ahead and made the cut for the bottom one here, and cleaned up the edges. I still gotta go through with the file, and we're gonna do the finish welds on these and fill up any gaps or anything like that, and then fit it up and get it right again, and kind of tweak some things around, and then we'll probably go in for wrapping it with the heat wrap. And while I'm doing that, we're working on the headlight, or Evan is over there, and he's gonna explain that.
Okay, so we have this halo here. The halo and the actual lights are on 2 different connections, like they have 2 different power and ground. So we're gonna wire that in, and we're going to put them onto a switch on this headlight housing right here. So it's just a flick the switch and you got your headlight.
Took the war.
We got the
I actually really kind I just finished up the welds. I'm gonna go through and clean them up, but we're starting to get hungry, so I think we're gonna hit a Taco Bell run. I'll show you the welds after they're cleaned up and kind of go over like issues that I found and stuff. I mean, I cut corners, and so you're gonna have to fill some welds and stuff, and it's not gonna be the prettiest. The nice thing is, this is gonna be under the wrap. So I can't find my 16 gauge wire, and Evan wants to do the butt connections for some of the wiring better. So Peter and I are about to head off to the hardware store. I gotta check if it's still open, but do that. And also I cleaned up the exhaust, so I know it doesn't look perfect, but it's gonna do the job, and we're gonna make exhaust hangers, or Evan is, while we're gone. And
I'll be making a template, make sure he likes it. Just do it out of cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so from there we'll make a little rubber washer mount. And yeah, so he's gonna film while we're gone. So cool.
Okay. So while they were gone, I made this bracket, but I realized in making it that I have made this wrong because it's one piece that, here, 1 second. It's one piece that joins the two pipes together, and we're going to need two pieces in order to be able to actually get our exhaust off of the bike. So I'm going to take this and turn it into a multi-piece thing. Okay, so luckily making this a two-part template was not too hard to do. If you see here, there's the red and the brown. The red piece will be connecting to our bottom exhaust tube and the brown to our top. So, as you can see, our bottom one goes into this side of the engine, makes it a lot easier to take on and off, with this big one being on the close one, because this tube is very easy to take on and off. The other one, not so much.
I'll hold them all in place, or whatever.
What's up, solder vlog? Focus. Yeah. This guy. Don't touch this guy. He's very hot. Yeah? Don't breathe it either.
I don't want to take that on or anything.
Definitely no.
Yeah, dude.
Alright, so Evan got the headlight working. It's pretty bright. So I'm really happy. Anyways, getting kind of later, and we've been doing some fabrication work and got those mounts done, and now I'm just getting those drilled out, and I'll probably tack weld them up and then start to finish up that exhaust system, which is what the original idea was. But now we're doing headlight and taillight at the same time and just knocking it out, and it's awesome. I love the progress. I can't wait to ride this thing, and yeah, I'm so happy. So.
So right now I'm wiring all the headlight stuff, splicing the halo and the actual light part together so that they come on with the same flip of the switch. Yeah.
All right, little update. It's late. We've been working our asses off, and realistically, we can't film everything. We filmed some soldering, we filmed some welding, and you'll all kind of see it come together at the end. But Evan finally got the wires to length and all that stuff. And here's the wire. Here's the headlight. Go ahead and show this. I've been waiting a while. I've been waiting a long time to put this on, and it's satisfying. So we're gonna wire it back to a toggle switch mounted by this. I'm gonna tack weld it on 2 places. Should be enough. And that's gonna control whether or not the light's on. So I can ride it with it out without it on, and ride it with it on. And it'll be opposite to the ignition start button. Other than that, Peter got the rear tail lights put on. It's one of those cheap Amazon ones.
Just a little zip tie action.
So Peter got the rear tail light on. Looks good. It's zip tied on. It's a cheap Amazon $11 one. We know that's going to work because we hooked it directly up to the battery. So we're going to hook that back up in the harness and have that to the key, so that'll turn on right away with the key, and then we're going to hook it up with the rear brake light switch. That's a whole nother day when we're going to do brakes for this bike. And from here on out, we're just going to tidy up the wires to the back, hook it up to this toggle switch. I'm going to tack weld it, and then get the exhaust hooked back up, get the clamps on the mufflers, and maybe get a crank over. So, and that, yeah.
I'm not going very.
Hey, so we're hungry. We're going in for dinner. Headlight is wired up to the toggle switch, and I'm just tightening up the Supertrapps, and we're gonna get them nice and tuned up. I don't think we're gonna throw on the exhaust wrap quite yet because I still gotta mount. I still gotta paint the hanger portion of it, so I'll probably do that after and later on. Other than that, bike is looking completely torn apart, but either tonight or tomorrow morning early, we're gonna button up, and we'll bring you with for that. And yeah, so cool.